All right, now we're going to do a little factoring review before we get into our quadratic section. Okay, because we actually are going to have to solve by factoring, so we need to kind of go over this. Now, remember when you factor, you're going to have two sets of parentheses. You're going to have a variable in each of them. All right. One of the big things that people forget are these signs. Both of our signs in this statement, or this expression, are positive. So that means both of these are going to be positives. All right. Now, let's look at our last term right here, this 14. We need to try to find the factors, the numbers that we multiply to give us 14 to actually add up to 9. Okay, well, factors are 14, 1 and 14, 2 and 7. Well, 1 plus 14 is 15, 2 plus 7 is 9. All right, these are our actual factors that we need right here. And we're kind of done. All right, so let's look at number 2 here. So start with parentheses always. B and V. Those are bad looking, but we're going to keep them. All right, negative 28 and positive 3. This means our signs are different. One's going to be positive, one's going to be negative. Because this 3 is positive, that's going to tell us our bigger number is positive. Now, numbers that divide 28, well, 28, negative 1. See, I'm making the smaller one negative. 14 and negative 2. And then 7 and negative 4. All right, 27, 12. This gives us 3. All right, so here's our factors we need here. So the 7 goes here, 4 goes here. All right. And number 3. All right, kind of the same way. Parentheses, parentheses. 6 to add up to negative 7. All right. Now, this term is negative, but this term is positive. This means that both of these are going to be negative because a negative times a negative is a positive. Okay. So factors of 6. Negative 6 and negative 1, negative 3 and negative 2. All right, so when we add negative 6 plus negative 1, we get negative 7, negative 5. So, and since these numbers are these signs are the same, the order doesn't matter. You could have done x minus 1 and x minus 6 right here. It doesn't really matter. Okay? Goodness. It's just allergies. It's not the Rona. Dun, dun, dun. Wish I had theme music so I don't have to sing. All right, signs are both negative. That means one's positive, one's negative. This term right here is negative. That means our bigger number is negative right here. So things that go into 30. Now, I could list all the factors. Some people are going to kind of figure it out. The main ones that people think of when they think of 30 are negative 6 and 5. Because 6 times 5, 6 bigger number is negative. And negative 10 and 3. Well, negative 10 and 3 is what's going to work for us right here. Because when we combine those, we get negative 7. All right. Now, a few more practice. Negative 16. Positive 4. Think about this one now. Did Mr. Jeffries make a mistake on this? Maybe. We shall see. All right. So, 16, well, this is going to say our bigger number is negative. Our signs are different. So, I know 8 and 2 and 4 and 4. I could do 1 and 16, but that's just going to give us 15. So, this gives us 6, and this gives us 0. So this one's actually prime. Okay. And the reason why this is in here is for something later on that we're going to have. When you can't solve by factoring, there's another way. Okay. I'm going to say that's what it is. I probably messed up and didn't type in the right number, but we're just going to roll with it. All right. Negative 28. 3. D and D. One's going to be a plus, one's going to be a minus. All right, since this is a negative, that's positive, bigger number is going to be. Now, this is kind of similar to what we had a while ago, correct? If you pay attention to other problems, they can help you. Ha ha. And it probably could be the same problem. It is. It's the same problem, just different letters. That's awesome. All right. Now, this one right here. You should remember this. This is what we call a DOTS, that stands for difference of two squares. Okay, this is a perfect square. This is a perfect square. I love these problems because for me, they're easy. One's going to be a plus, one's going to be a minus. The square root of 121 is 11. And we're done. All right. W. Now, our signs, we got both negative, so one's going to be positive, one's going to be negative. Big number is going to be negative. All right, things that go into 20. All right, a lot of people are going to say negative 5 and 4. Okay, well, that's only one of them. There's actually more factors. Think about it. Negative 10 and 2. Oh, there we go. So positive 2 minus 10. Awesome. Now, zero product property. Believe it or not, these two problems are straight up from the Algebra 1 stuff that we've used before, just to get you used to what we're about to do. Okay? Trust me, there is a reason for everything. Remember that we cut these in half. And you solve these. Okay? And you'd solve these separately because these are two different ones. 3a equals 5. All right, so we get a equals 5 over 3 is one of our answers. And right here, when we subtract 4, we should get a equals negative 4 as another one. Now, there's a couple ways that we could write this. Good thing is, y'all don't have to write. So you may actually see this written in braces. Okay. Sorry, my ear is itching. You wear the headphones, and so people can hear your lovely voice and do these things. Your ears are itched too. All right, so I'll show you how to do, I can't remember, possibly on the homework, you may have some set up like that. What we're doing is that either of these numbers, when we plug these in, they're going to make one of these 0, and we can do it like this because anything time, like if this is 0, no matter what this is anything times 0, 0. Okay, just a little review. Solving these problems, going crazy. All right. So now, one way that I'm going to do my little braces here. 7 halves. I can't remember if I did fractions or if I did decimals. I actually wrote the homework and lessons for this a couple of days ago. So this is just how I get stuff in my planning. And then a equals negative 4. So negative 4. All right. Now, these are solving by factoring. Oh my goodness, if you don't get this problem right now, this is the third time we've had this in our lesson today. Okay, yes, losing it. First, let's start by factoring. We should know by now, because this is the third time we've had this problem, that this is going to be a 7 and this is going to be a -4. All right. Now, since these don't, I could set these up like this. I'm going to cut it like a ninja. Now, some people, if you've had me before, you may remember that I said there's an easier way to answer these. Once you have these factored, I'll make a bet with you. Okay. I bet that this answer is going to be -7 and +4. But just in case. Look at that. Oh, it's like he's a genius. Oh, basically, once you get to this point, when they're in the parentheses, your answers are going to be the opposite signs right here. Okay. And this is what I like to call ninja math, because, you use your sword and you cut the problems, and then you use your super skills of being a ninja to answer. All right. -36, +5. All right. A lot of people think of 36, they think of 6 and 6. Okay, bigger number is going to be positive. It doesn't matter. They're both the same. That gives us 0. Believe it or not, our factors of this are going to be 9 and 4. So if you were to solve this all the way through, it's going to be -9 and +4. Don't believe me? Go ahead and finish it out on your paper. But that's going to be it. Okay? Trust me. Your answer is the opposite, is the same numbers, opposite signs when you get it into this factored form. Okay? Let's see if we got some more. We don't. Good. We're done. Short lesson. Yay! Good deal.